All right, and you are good to go.
All righty. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alexis Walker. I am an undergraduate admissions counselor for the University of North Texas at Dallas, also known as UNT Dallas for short. And just thank you guys for being here today. I know it's the day after Labor Day, getting back into the swing of things when it comes to school. So I'm definitely glad that you guys are able to attend today. Oh, 1 second. All right, so just a quick introduction of the UNT Dallas admissions team. So first we have Ms. Stephanie Holly. She is our Vice President of Student Access and Success. Then also we have Mr. Luis Franco. He is our Director of Undergraduate Admissions and Recruitment. Below that, we have our 3 wonderful admissions counselors. We have first Mr. Caleb Simmons. The lovely lady that you see in the middle is myself, Miss Alexis Walker. I am the assigned admissions counselor for Lamar High School. And then last but not least, we have Mr. Eric Solis, who is also a freshman admissions counselor. So we have a wonderful team of staff that are willing and ready to help our students with the application process and to get them applied to UNT Dallas. All right, so definitely I want to thank you guys for taking the time to join me today. Just a quick overview of what we will be discussing during this presentation. First will be the general overview of UNT Dallas and as a university. Second will be the scholarship opportunities that we do offer to our students. Next would be options and opportunities to pay for college. And then last but not least, the COVID-19 updates that we have for UNT Dallas. All right, so I have a quick virtual campus tour video that I'd like to share with you guys, just so you guys can get a feel for it, feel for campus. See if it'll start for me. There we go.
Welcome to the University of North Texas at Dallas, home of the Trailblazers, the first 4-year public university in Dallas, Texas, and the most affordable university in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We've achieved record enrollment growth, exceeding 4,000 students, and we're the fastest growing public university in Texas, where students really get to know their instructors while earning their bachelor's or master's degree. This is Dow 1, constructed in 2006. It is the oldest building on campus. Here you'll find classrooms, computer labs, faculty offices, a smoothie express, and the UNT Dallas bookstore. The UNT Dallas bookstore has all your UNT Dallas apparel, textbooks, supplies, and snacks. You might even catch our president here, President Mung, because his office is located on the 3rd floor. When in Dow 1, check out the mosaic on the 1st floor. Rumor has it that walking over the tiles of the mosaic before an exam brings you good luck. Opened in the fall of 2010, Founders Hall was our 2nd building constructed here at UNT Dallas. The wood panels on the walls and the ceilings are made of recycled wood veneer. The floors are made with recycled glass, and there's a rooftop garden covered with prairie buffalo grass for heating and cooling the entire building efficiently. You will find our full-service cafeteria serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, study areas, classrooms, and the Office of Graduate Admissions. Our campus police department is located on the 1st floor. Our friendly UNT Dallas police staff here ensures that we are happy and safe here on campus. They help us with our parking permits and ensuring safety here at our UNT Dallas community. Our outdoor sports complex is located between Dow 1 and our residential building, Wisdom Hall. It includes a full-length basketball court and a soccer field that are used for intramural sports, student organization events, and general student recreation. Our UNT Dallas athletics consist of men's and women's basketball, cross country, and track, and we compete as members of the NAIA. Our new competitive esports program will compete against other universities and the National Association of Collegiate Esports. UNT Dallas opened the Wisdom Hall in the fall of 2017. The 120-bed residence offers students an option to live in a single or double room. Amenities include high-speed internet, comfortable study spaces, direct TV, a workout facility, campus programming, and plenty of space to get to know your fellow trailblazers. If you plan to live on campus, apply early. Rooms on a first come, first served basis. The Student Center opened in 2019 here at UNT Dallas. It's our largest building on campus. This state-of-the-art building provides one-stop access to services like the Student Solution Center, admissions, advising, financial aid and scholarships, registrar's office, counseling and wellness center, career services, student health services, disability service office, veteran success center, and much, much more. The Student Center also houses the campus library, free tutoring services, computer labs, study rooms, a fitness center, and a spacious full-service Starbucks. Stop by on your way to class, grab a coffee, frappuccino, or breakfast on the go. Thanks for exploring UNT Dallas. If you're interested in taking your next steps towards becoming a trailblazer, go ahead and visit our website, untdallas.edu, and use our chat feature, or send us an email, admissions@untdallas.edu. We look forward to talking to you.
Alrighty. All right. So, quick overview. So, where is UNT Dallas? So, UNT Dallas, we are located in Dallas, Texas. We are perched on the hilltop overlooking the downtown Dallas skyline. We're about 15 minutes away from downtown Dallas. And we are the only four-year public university within the city of Dallas. So oftentimes you guys might hear UT Dallas, University of Dallas, but oftentimes those universities are actually not even located in Dallas, Texas. So UNT Dallas, we are the only four-year public university that is actually located within the city of Dallas, Texas, or within the city of Dallas, should I say. Looks like someone is wanting to join. So we serve the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We are ranked #1 in the job market when it comes, according to Forbes. UNT Dallas has also served as a pathway to social mobility since its establishment in 2010. So we are still a fairly new university, and we are a proud member of the UNT system. So oftentimes individuals ask, well, are you guys UNT? No, we are not University of North Texas that is located in Denton, but we are a part of the UNT system. So they are our sister school. All right, a couple blazing fast facts about UNT Dallas. So we are considered the fastest growing state university in Texas. We have about a 17-to-1 student faculty ratio, which is a pretty decent size for a college university. So on average, the largest class that we might have would be about 36 students to one professor. And then our ideal class size that we have for our students is 17-to-1. So they can have an intimate experience while they're receiving their education, or a more one-on-one experience with their professor. We are considered a diverse student body. We are comprised of 78% minority students. We were ranked #1 when it comes to most affordable university in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We were ranked #3 when it comes to lowest student loan debt in the country. The average pay for graduates upon graduation from UNT Dallas is about $45,000 a year. Excuse me. We are a Dallas County Promise partner. And we also are an Emerging Teacher Institute partner. So with our School of Education, or our College of Education, should I say, we do offer the Emerging Teacher Institute program to our students. Our Criminal Justice Expo. So before COVID hit and all that stuff, we would host every fall a criminal justice expo for our students. And what that entails is for students who are interested in maybe pursuing law or pursuing any thing in the legal workforce, we would offer this huge expo on campus where we would have individuals from all different areas of the law force to come out. We would have CIA, FBI, lawyers, any individuals of that nature to come out and talk to our students, engage with our students, and then also offer them opportunities for internships as well. And then last but not least, we were ranked 22nd in the U.S. News Best Colleges for 2020 for Best Undergraduate Teaching. So our School of Education is a pretty popular and pretty notable institute or school for UNT Dallas. All right, athletics. So it has been a long time coming for UNT Dallas, but we are now a university that offers athletics to our students. So we offer cross country and track, and that's both male and female for cross country and track. And then we also offer women's basketball and men's basketball. And then we also offer esports to our students. So our esports program is something that we are currently still developing and kicking off for our students to be able to participate in. But I'm proud to say that UNT Dallas, we are now offering athletics to our students. And then for any information or more information, if you are interested in playing sports in your time in college or want to play sports, definitely feel free to contact us at admissions@untdallas.edu, and we'll be able to further assist you with how you can go ahead and get started with applying for our athletics team. All right. So most recently in 2020, there have been quite a few accolades that UNT Dallas has received. U.S. News and World Report rankings for least debt ranked UNT Dallas as #1 among regional universities West, out of 112 schools within the region, 26 being in Texas. The average debt amount for UNT Dallas graduate is about $10,232. The national average debt amount for a college student upon their graduation is about $30,000. So we are considered, when it comes to student debt, we are considered fairly low. I wish my debt amount was that low when I finished undergrad, but it definitely wasn't. UNT Dallas has ranked #1 among public universities in Texas for effectively serving first generation and low income students. So a great percentage of our students are first generation students, meaning that they are the first one within their family to attend college. And this is according to a study performed by Scholarship, which is a nonprofit organization. In 2020, the U.S. News and World Report Best Colleges ranked UNT Dallas as #2 for best undergraduate teaching among regional universities West, number 37 in top public schools, public universities. It was ranked 91 in top performers on social mobility. And then it was ranked number 77 in regional universities West out of 126 universities. All right, assured admissions. So the admissions process, this is what we're here for. How do I get in? So when it comes to UNT Dallas, there are 2 ways that a student can be admitted to the university. The first one would be based off of their class rank. So if you are within your senior year, if you are currently ranked within the top 30% of your class, then there is no minimum test requirement from your SAT or ACT. So no test requirement, you're automatically admitted based off of your rank and your official transcript that you submit to the university. Let's say, our second option is, let's say you don't rank within the top 30%. That's absolutely fine, won't be held against you. So we move on to your GPA. So if a student has a GPA of a 3.0 to a 4.0, there is still no minimum test requirement. We just factor in your GPA when it comes to your academics. But let's say you fall within the 2.0 to 2.99. What we would need from you is at least a 10/20 on your SAT, critical reading or math portion. Only, not the essay, or a 20 on your ACT, which is the composite score of your ACT. Now, due to COVID, we are aware that students aren't able to take their standardized tests like they would like to. College Board and the ACT Board, they're not able to administer tests to students as they were able to do in a setting before. So we do take that into account. So if a student does not meet the assured admission requirements, then they can still be considered under what we have, or what we call an individual holistic review, or just committee review. And then in regards to UNT Dallas, SAT and ACT test scores are not required for admissions, but we do consider those scores in merit scholarship awarding. So if you are a student that currently has a SAT or ACT test score on file, I definitely encourage you to go ahead and submit it anyway, just because that can factor into you receiving a merit scholarship for the university. So as I mentioned, individual review. So let's say GPA is not where you want it to be, that's A-okay. Test scores are not where you want it to be, that's A-okay. We do what we call the holistic review. And in this, we look at the student's the student's academic career within their high school over the course of their 3.5 years in high school. And we look at the following. So we look at your academic course selection, what type of courses you decided to take, whether you took honors courses, AP courses, dual credit, or IB courses. We look at your extracurricular activities. Were you involved on campus? Were you involved while you were in school? Were you, on the yearbook committee or in National Honor Society, anything like that? Leadership experiences. Did you have a role or did you take on a position while you were in high school, whether that be the president or the co-chair or the secretary of an organization? Community service. We want to see that you contributed to your community in some way. So whether that was maybe doing a can drive or donating coats or doing a community service event that was a part of the high school, we look at that or we factor that into your holistic review. Special talents and awards. So this could be your AB honor roll, perfect attendance, principal's honor roll, things like that. Awards that you received over your time in high school. Employment history. If you had a job during high school, if you were a babysitter, if you were a tutor, anything like that. A personal statement or writing sample. So usually we look to see if a student has included a personal statement or essay when it came to their application process. And usually with that, it's usually a one-pager on what makes you unique or what makes you different from all the other individuals that are applying to the university. So just a writing sample of that nature. And then last but not least, 2 letters of recommendation. So with the letter of recommendation, this can come from a teacher, this can come from a counselor, this can come from maybe a family friend or a former supervisor, anything like that. Just 2 letters of recommendation that has been submitted to the university that we can factor into your review. All right, so the list of majors that UNT Dallas currently offers to our students. So as mentioned, we do operate at a 17-to-1 student-faculty ratio, so our classroom sizes are pretty comfortable for our students. We don't want them to be overcrowded. We want them to be able to access their professor as much as they possibly can because, they're there to help, and we want to make sure that you guys are receiving the assistance you need. But at UNT Dallas, we have 4 schools that we currently offer to our students. The first one being the School of Business. Within the School of Business, we offer the following majors. We offer accounting, business analytics, finance, general business, hospitality management, logistics and supply chain management, organizational behavior, and human resources management. Our second school will be the School of Education. And then this is usually with interdisciplinary studies for those who are interested in pursuing teaching. And within the School of Education, we offer 4th through 8th English language arts, reading, and English as a second language, 4th through 8th math and English as a second language, 4th through 8th science and English as a second language, and then 4th through 8th social studies and English as a second language. So all of the core subjects in 4th through 8th. And then within early childhood, we offer early childhood through early childhood through 6th grade core subjects in bilingual studies, early childhood through 6 core subjects in English as a second language, early childhood through 6 core subjects in special education. And then last but not least, early childhood through 12th grade, languages other than English. So we do offer that within our School of Education. Our third school will be our School of Human Services. So this is for individuals who are interested in maybe assisting families, maybe doing child protective services, things like that. We offer child development and family studies, and then also human services management and leadership. And then last but not least, we have our School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. We have an applied arts and science degree, which is for transfer students only at this time. A biology degree that is offered as a Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts. Communication and Technology, Criminal Justice, Information Technology, Mathematics, Political Science, Psychology, Public Health as a Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts, and then last but not least, Sociology. So I'm going to take a pause just to see, probably can't see any comments or anything like that, but would anyone like to share what they're interested in studying or interested in pursuing? Degree-wise?
Well, I'm kind of interested in business. I have like in between 2 careers, but one of them is business.
Okay, business.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good choice. Anyone else?
I want to study. I want to be an anesthesiologist, but I don't
Okay,
think UNT has one, like for nursing.
gotcha. So with anesthesiology, that would be within pre-med or pre-medical studies. So with anesthesiology, if you're interested in that, that would be more so of your like pre-med track. So students would, probably major in biology or, chemistry. I always encourage students, if you're interested in applying to medical school or wanting to pursue medical school, it doesn't necessarily have to be a science-based major. You can be, let's say you want to major in psychology, you can major in psychology and still be a pre-med student, and still take those courses for medical school. If you're interested in nursing, because I think you mentioned nursing, unfortunately, we do not offer nursing. I want to say UNT, they offer a pre-nursing track for their students if you are interested in nursing. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, let's move on. All right, so housing and residence life. So UNT Dallas, we do offer dorms to our students. We offer, what we have is Wisdom Hall. It is a co-ed dorm that we currently offer. It is not required for first-time in college students or freshman students to stay on campus. We are not, I guess you could say, strict about that rule of first-time students being on campus, just because we are considered a commute university, or we are a commuter university. There are two different room types that we do offer to our students. The first room type will be a single room, and the average cost per academic year is about $10,174 for the academic year, or $5,000 split over the semesters, or over the 2 semesters. The second option would be the double room. So the difference between the single and double room is, single room, you would have your own personal room, and then you would have what we call a suite mate, and they would have their own personal room, and you guys would share a bathroom. The double room, that would be, you would have a roommate, and then within the next suite within that same dorm, you would have 2 other individuals that are there. So it would be a total of 4 individuals within the actual dormitory. But due to COVID and the implications of COVID, we are currently, for students who are interested in applying to housing for the upcoming academic year, we are functioning at 50% for the dormitory. So at this point, those who apply, everybody receives their own room, just so we are abiding by the social distance rule. And then 5 easy ways to apply. If you guys want to take a screenshot or a little, picture of it, there are 5 easy steps to apply if you are considering housing. You would go to your My UNT Dallas account, select the resource box, click on Live on Campus if you are interested in living on campus next year, and then you'll be directed to our housing application for the 2020-2021 school year. All right, so affordability. So as mentioned before, we have received great accolades and great awards for when it comes to our cost of tuition for our students. We're ranked number 1 when it comes to affordability in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then number 3 nationally for lowest student loan debt for our students. The average cost of tuition for a student per academic year is $9,139, and that is for the whole academic year. If you were to split that up over semesters, you're looking at about $4,300 per semester. And just a quick breakdown of the tuition and what that looks like for a Texas resident. So for your tuition, your academic tuition, it would be about $7,839 for your tuition. For the student fees, and with student fees, that includes like your library fee, the medical, having access to the medical staff on campus, the gymnasium, things like that, all of the resources that we provide. The fees on average will be about $1,300 for the academic year, which ranges, totals up to about $9,139 for the academic year. So pretty affordable for our students. And then this is the tuition for students who would complete 15 hours of coursework per semester. So you would be considered a full-time student if you're completing 15 hours. All right, freshman scholarships. So UNT Dallas, we offer numerous scholarships for our incoming freshmen. Our first one is our presidential scholarship. With this scholarship, this is our full ride scholarship that we offer to our students. It's awarded to about 2 to 3 students per incoming class. It is our most prestigious. An application does have to be submitted for this particular scholarship because it is so selective. And then from there, students would, once they receive it, their tuition and fees will be covered for all 4 years of their attendance at UNT Dallas. The next scholarship would be the Excellence Scholarship. This is a scholarship that you do not have to apply for. On average, it's $5,000 per academic year over the course of 4 years. You would at least need to have a minimum high school grade point average or GPA of a 3.5. And then if we were factoring in SAT or ACT test scores, but we are test optional, you would at least need an 1180 on your SAT or a 24 on your ACT. Below that is our Blazer Scholarship. This is $4,000 per academic year over the course of 4 years. A student would at least need to have a minimum high school GPA of a 3.5 as well for this scholarship, and a 1080 on their SAT or at least a 21 on their ACT. Our Blue and Green Scholarship is $3,000 per year over the course of 4 years. You would at least need to have a GPA of a 3.25, so not too bad, not too shabby. A 1040 on your SAT or a 20 on your ACT. And then our two newest scholarships that we offer to our students is the Elevate Scholarship. This is $2,000 per year over the course of 4 years, a minimum high school GPA of a 3.0, a 1010 on your SAT or at least a 19 on your ACT. And then last but not least, we have our Aspire Scholarship, which is $1,500 over the course of 4 years, a minimum high school GPA of a 2.75, a 970 on your SAT or an 18 on your ACT. So those are our scholarships. We have numerous scholarship opportunities for our incoming freshmen, definitely. Just to keep in mind, the only one that a student would have to apply for is the presidential. All the other scholarships a student would be deemed qualified for based off of their GPA and test scores if they are able to submit them.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What if you have like your SATs like a 1-200, like a 1200, but your GPA is like 3.3? Do you still get like the excellent scholarship?
So it'll honestly be based on our financial aid. So like, let's say you have a 1200 SAT score, and then, you know, like you said, a 3.3 GPA, they would base that off of, in that regards, they would base it off of your test score. So wherever your test score falls, that's where they would allocate what's the best scholarship for you. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right, and just so just a quick rundown of like affordability and when it comes to like financial aid and when it comes to those opportunities to receive federal aid such as Pell Grants or scholarships. I have two situations or two scenarios that I like to present to my students just so they can kind of see what it would look like. So let's just say for scenario number one. Tuition and fees is $9,139 for the academic year, and a student is awarded a Pell Grant of $6,000. Perfect. And then also receives a Texas grant of $5,000, and then receives a scholarship for $2,000. So that the cost, well, the federal aid awarded is more than their actual tuition. So then the remaining aid that they would have would be $3,861. So that would be refunded to a student. In situation B, or case scenario B, same tuition and fees, $9,139. A student receives a Pell Grant of $4,000, a Texas of $2,500, and a scholarship of $1,500. So it looks like their federal aid or the awards that they received is a little bit is not as much as what the tuition and fees cost. So then there would be an unmet gap left for the student, and that would be of $1,139. So in these scenarios, they don't include other aid like work study. We do offer work study to our students. That's definitely something I encourage our students to apply for, whether it's whether it's for their first year or all 4 years. Definitely apply for work study or any self-help loan. So that doesn't include include any loans that students could qualify for. And then these scenarios do not include room and board cost either. So these are just kind of situations that you could see, or type of aid that you could qualify for, such as Pell Grants, Texas Grants, scholarships, and what that would look like when it comes to your cost of tuition. All right, and then just to kind of, double down on the affordability. So UNT Dallas, 98% of our students or incoming freshmen, they do receive some form of financial aid. So there is no student that comes into UNT Dallas without at least something, whether that's a Pell Grant, some sort of Texas grant, some sort of scholarship. There's not many students that can say they have not received some sort of federal aid in that capacity that, that was not a loan. So, and then if you have any questions in regards to financial aid or what that looks like for UNT Dallas, definitely feel free to reach out, or to search for our scholarships and financial aid at finaid.untdallas.edu/scholarships. So you can keep an eye on, for one, the application process for the one that you do have to apply for, which is our presidential scholarship, and the dates and times for those scholarships that require application. All right, so COVID-19 updates. So a couple things I want to touch on for you guys. So I know COVID-19, it has definitely been challenging for all of us. I know you guys are possibly graduating seniors, or I'm assuming you guys are seniors. So I know for class of 2021, you guys are entering a new experience, but definitely, it can be done, and you guys are getting ready to graduate. So that's the exciting part. So there are a couple things for UNT Dallas that I would like to mention to you guys that has changed for our university and how we do the admissions process. So the first thing would be 2020 testing. So the SAT and ACT has suspended testing administration, and with that taking place, UNT Dallas has suspended the requirement for the SAT and ACT to be required. So when I say that, if you do have an SAT or ACT test score, that's absolutely fine. I still encourage you to submit it. But if you do not, that does not affect your admissions decision here at UNT Dallas. So UNT Dallas, we are a test optional university, meaning that it is not, that your test scores do not factor into whether or not you will be accepted or denied to the university. The next thing, AP exams. So it was brought to my knowledge that the AP exams are being modified and administered online at home in 45-minute increments to students who have taken AP courses and decided to take their AP exam. So UNT Dallas, we still do accept those test scores. We still accept those scores. We still review them. So that's absolutely fine. Last but not least, the Texas Success Initiative Assessment, or the TSI. When you guys start applying to colleges and start looking at colleges, there is going to be mention of a thing called the TSI. And there is an online version of the TSI assessment if you have to take it. Some students are TSI exempt based on their grades or based on their academics at the high school. But for those who do have to take it, there is an online version of that assessment through usually going to be through community college. So whatever your local to administer it, then you can also do it that way as well, or take it that way as well. And then I'm going to touch on a couple more questions on completion, financial aid, deadlines and deposits, what that looks like, the impact to undocumented students, campus visits. Being that we are currently remote, there aren't quote unquote campus visits, but being that you guys have attended this today, then this will count as your quote unquote campus visit to UNT Dallas. Meningitis vaccinations, housing, and then your athletic eligibility if you were interested in athletics. All right. Okay. So some of the things that we are doing. So the admissions application processing. So transcripts. When it comes to transcripts, we are accepting them electronically. When it comes to an official transcript or an official document, it would have to be received to the admissions counselor or the university by your counselor. So whoever is responsible administers transcripts to you guys, they would have to be the individual that sends it to us in order for it to be deemed official. If you as the student submit a transcript to us, then it will be considered unofficial. So yes, so transcripts, we do accept electronic transcripts. We also still accept them via postal mail as well. So if your high school doesn't have the option of sending them through maybe a transcript portal, such as Navion, Speedy, Teamer, like that, you can test scores, SAT or ACT. If you have that score report, you can definitely free to email it to me. I'll provide my email at the end of this presentation. But you can mail without any penalty or anything like that. Supplemental documents such as your letters of recommendation, essays, 5028 affidavit if you need one. Those can all be submitted to me as your admissions counselor as well. I would just accept those and make sure that they're received for our processing team. And then last but not least, application fee. So with you guys attending this presentation, your application fee is waived. So if you've attended this presentation, your application fee is waived, so you don't have to worry about that. Our application fee is $40, but for you guys to attend this freshman information session, I've taken upon myself and also informed Ms. Post that I'll jot down names, and if your application comes through on my system, I'll go ahead and waive your fee. So these deadlines are a little bit outdated. I forgot to put 2021. Still trying to get in the swing of this new academic year. But the application for fall 2021 will be August of next year. So application for fall 2021, the deadline for that would be August 3rd of next year of 2021. And then the deadline to submit all documents for fall of 2020 next year for next fall, 5th of next year, 2021. So all the dates that you see there, just add 21 at the end of the year. And then the scholarship priorities. So for scholarship priority, the deadline when it comes to scholarships, for those who want to be considered, I encourage all of my students to go ahead and apply to the university prior to your Christmas break. Just because our financial aid department, they start reviewing students' applications, reviewing their federal aid and all that good stuff around after winter break and then the beginning of February. So you definitely want to be one of the individuals that are picked early rather than later when it comes to financial aid and awards granted. All right, let's see. Okay. So is UNT Dallas still accepting applications for fall 2020? So this is a little bit outdated. So it's actually fall 2021. Yes, the application for UNT Dallas now open. We are open through Apply Texas. So you guys have plenty of time to go ahead and submit your application. I do encourage you to submit it sooner rather than later. You definitely don't want to be the individual that waits to the deadline day to apply. And then, it's like, oh, will I get a decision? Will I not? But we do currently offer our application through applytexas.org if you are interested. So is UNT Dallas a Dallas County Promise partner? Yes. So in regards to this partnership that UNT Dallas has with the Dallas County Promise, this is only offered to individuals within the Dallas ISD area. Unfortunately, with Arlington ISD, it doesn't apply. But just in case anyone had a question about it, we are a Dallas County Promise partner. Is it too late to submit my FAFSA/TAFSA application? No. So actually, the application for FAFSA and TAFSA does not open for the 2021-2022 year until October 1st. So you guys have a couple more weeks before that opens. I definitely encourage you to go ahead and submit your FAFSA or TAFSA application, whichever one you are deemed eligible for, sooner rather than later. Go ahead and get it completed and go ahead and get it submitted to the universities of your choice. And for UNT Dallas, our FAFSA code is 042421. So if you have any troubles looking us up, that is our FAFSA code under the federal aid application. Where can I submit my admission documents, transcripts, test scores, or affidavits? So again, there are two ways to submit admission documents to complete your application. The first one will be electronically. So you can submit that via email, or your counselor on your behalf can submit that via email to admissions@untdallas.edu. Or let's just say, you know, you're not able to do it electronically, it's not allowed, or, you know, you guys don't have the option to do that. We do still provide physical mail, or we still check our postal mail. And you would provide, or you would address all documents to this address below. And that's UNT Dallas, the Office of Undergraduate Admissions, because you guys will be undergrad. And it's 7300 University Hills Boulevard, Dallas, Texas, 75241. So if you want to take a screenshot of that address and this information, definitely feel free. Next question, will I receive an application fee waiver for attending this information session? Yes. So all attendees will receive an application fee waiver after the conclusion of the presentation. I'll jot down your names, and Ms. Post will make record of your attendance for today. The only way that the waiver is deemed valid is if, and would be applied to the term that you apply for. So being that you guys are graduating, you guys are class of 2021, your application will be for fall 2021. So that's the term that the waiver will be applied for and be valid for. And then last but not least, is there anyone I can speak to on campus? So as of right now, UNT Dallas, we are still currently working remotely. There are individuals that go on the campus every now and then. But due to the health implications of COVID, we want to make sure that our students are safe. We want to make sure our faculty and staff are safe. So just in the meantime, direct all admission questions to admissions@untdallas.edu or to my direct email that I'll provide shortly. And I will now open the floor for any questions. I know it was a lot of information covered in about a good 40 minutes. Any questions for me about UNT Dallas, about the college experience, what to expect in the college application process?